The live. Sorry about sorry about that. The pollen here is quite crazy, especially those that have hay fever. Anyway, so today we are going to talk about a new topic, but before we get into that, many of you already know me. It's your girl, Ades. So today we are going to be talking about what are the 11 types of abuse. Now, as we start, so many of us actually already knows what what abuse is about. Some of us knows the most abuse, the most common ones. Some of us don't even know. So I'm actually here to give you like the 11 types. So the first one that we'll be looking at is physical abuse. Obviously, many of us already knows what physical abuse is about. Just in case you've forgotten, it involves biting, kicking, throwing objects. It involves like battering, punching, all those kind of things. So the second one we are going to be talking about is domestic violence. So again, many of us knows what domestic violence is, especially when it comes to people that are in relationships and they experience domestic violence. They experience it that the partner beats them up all the time, at every given thing. So their partner beats them up all the time. Also, go as far as even killing them as well. So that's what domestic violence is. So the next one, sexual abuse, which we know what that involves. Which again, some of us may not know, but it involves like rape, having sex with a person without their permission. It also is practically like having sex with them without their permission, raping them, tearing off their clothes, everything. So that's what it actually entails. So the next one is emotional abuse. So next one's emotional abuse. So emotional abuse is which many of us know, and the ones that don't know, emotional abuse is a form of abuse where the person actually say something to them, like say something to them, for example, like something that that they don't like, or call them a kind of name that they don't like, and it actually really breaks them down emotionally, and it practically leads to a lot of things, sickness and everything. So now the next one we'll be talking about is financial abuse. So financial abuse, I've spoken about that. So again, just to refresh your memory in case you've forgotten, financial abuse is a form of abuse where that's fine. So sorry about that. So like I said, so financial abuse is again is a form of abuse. So I'm just actually refreshing your mind. Is a form of abuse where a certain individual actually steals from a particular person, like an elderly person. They steal from them, withdraw money from their account without their permission, spend their money without their permission. And not even just that, they can even go as far. They can go as far as actually. So like if, for example, if an elderly person is very rich and they have properties, they can actually they can actually go as far. They can actually go as far as getting them to will their property to them. So that's the level of how they can go. So now the next one. So we're coming up to. So now we're coming up to material abuse. So a material abuse is practically the same thing as financial abuse, but it actually involves, is actually more of theft, fraud, and internet scamming. So that is another form of abuse, which some of us may not have really actually heard about it, but is another form of abuse. Hi Ava. Welcome to the live. How are you? How's it going? It's so lovely to see you. So anyway, so now we are going to talk about modern slavery. So modern slavery is a form of abuse where so practically is like where a person is forced doing a work, like I'll put it as kind of like a sex worker even. So they actually are kind of forced into being a sex worker, working for a certain individual, while that certain individual makes them to go out and to have sex with as many men, collect money from them, and to pay the person that the sex worker is under. And once that worker has actually earned more than enough, then that sex worker will actually be completely free to live their life. So that is actually is an abuse, and that is actually what is called modern slavery. So now the next one that we'll be talking about is organizational abuse. So yeah, oh my God, it is. It is. It really is. Hi, sorry about that. The connection went. I don't know why. Yeah, so like I said, we'll be talking about organizational abuse. So organizational abuse is the inability to provide a good level of care, an individual, a group of people in a care setting. So, yes, I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, I'm just heading to my charity shop to do some volunteering with them, just to help them out. Really, it's a form of care. Oh God. So anyway, so as I was saying. So it is the inability to provide a good level of care, an individual or a group of people in a care setting. So that one is actually another form of abuse, which I don't know if a lot of you has actually even heard of that, but it's actually that kind of abuse is actually what is going on. It is going on every single day. But it's just one of those things that when it comes to when it comes to working for someone, we need to be kind of very careful with this kind of things, because a lot of things is going on in a lot of organizations, especially when it comes to a care setting. It is something that happens a lot, and we have to take extra precaution. We need to take extra precaution in what we do. So now, the last, but not the least, that we'll be talking about is discriminatory abuse. So discriminatory abuse is another form of abuse. So is another form of abuse where a person is actually being discriminated wherever they are in their work. A person gets discriminated either by their color, how they look, their size, their weight. So they so with that, it actually is actually a very bad thing. Is a bad thing for It's actually a bad thing for a it's actually a bad thing for a person to be it's a bad thing for a person to be facing this kind of thing. Next station, Clapton. So basically, sorry about that. So what I'm trying to say is that it's not really good for a person to be experiencing discriminatory abuse, especially in your workplace. So in your workplace, if you ever experience that, you need to report it. You need to report it to your manager. If not your manager, you can go as far as contacting employment tribunal, because they are a very good organization that actually helps people to get justice. So it's so bad. It's really bad for us as a facing that. So anyway, I hope that this has been of great help to as many of you, and we will continue again during the week. But before we get into that, many of you already know me. It's your girl. Many of you already know me. It's your girl Ades. But now we have come to the end of the show. And before I go, please don't fail to subscribe, comment, thumb up. Okay, bye.